1. She becomes emotionally aware of you. When a woman begins to develop real feelings for a man, one of the earliest shifts you'll notice is in the way she becomes emotionally sensitive to your state of being, often before you even realize what's going on inside yourself. She starts reading your silences as clearly as your words. A slight change in your voice, a slower reply, or the absence of a smile you usually wear. She catches it, even if you think you're hiding it well. You may think you're maintaining a strong front, but her intuition breaks through your walls effortlessly. This isn't about her being nosy or overly observant. It's because your emotional world has become personally meaningful to her. Her heart is now emotionally entangled with yours, and so when you hurt, she feels it, not out of sympathy, but because your well-being has begun to affect hers. She may not always ask directly what's wrong. Sometimes she'll just stay close, offering quiet comfort, or subtly shift her behavior to match your energy. She mirrors your lows and lifts your highs, not because she's trying to impress you, but because her heart is naturally aligning itself with yours. You've stopped being just someone she likes. You've become someone she emotionally tracks, without even trying. That's how deeply her feelings have begun to root themselves. 2. She makes you a priority, not a convenience. In today's world, attention is scattered and people are busy. So when a woman starts rearranging parts of her life to include you, it speaks volumes about how she feels. Love isn't loud at first. It shows itself through the consistent effort of presence. A woman who's catching feelings doesn't just text when she's free or call when she's bored. She begins to prioritize you in ways both subtle and obvious. You'll see her messaging you first thing in the morning, staying up late just to continue a conversation, or cancelling other casual plans because she'd rather spend time with you. And if she's truly emotionally invested, she doesn't wait for you to ask. She offers. She remembers your schedule, checks in on your important days, and finds ways to show support even during her busiest moments. You may hear her say things like, "I'm so tired, but I wanted to talk to you," or "I had a crazy day, but I needed to hear your voice." These aren't just words. They're real emotional indicators that you've started occupying a serious place in her heart. When a woman makes you a priority instead of an option, it's not because she's trying to win you. It's because she already sees you as emotionally significant. She isn't giving you leftover energy. She's giving you the time she doesn't even have to spare. And that's something no one does without genuine feelings. 3. She gets curious about your inner world. A woman's curiosity becomes emotionally intense when she starts falling for you. But this curiosity isn't like the curiosity of a stranger or a friend. It's deeper, more attentive, and more soul-driven. She stops asking surface questions and starts exploring the layers of your being. She wants to know your personal experiences, the wounds that shaped you, the memories that hurt you, the moments that defined your values. She may ask you questions that catch you off guard, not because she's trying to interrogate you, but because she wants to connect emotionally with the version of you that most people never see. When you talk about your childhood, your struggles, or your quiet dreams, you'll see it in her eyes. She listens with the kind of attention that doesn't come from politeness, but from emotional investment. She stores your stories in her heart. She remembers things you said weeks ago. She tries to understand your emotional reactions so she can respond with care. It's her way of saying, "I want to truly know you, not the version you show the world, but the version you hide when you're alone." And once a woman starts caring this deeply about your inner world, it's not just a sign of affection. It's a clear emotional shift towards something very real and long-lasting. 4. She shares her secrets and vulnerabilities with you. Trust is a currency not easily earned. especially for a woman who has learned to protect her heart. But when she starts falling for you, you'll notice a change. She begins to open up about things she normally keeps guarded. She tells you stories from her past that carry pain or regret. She speaks about her fears, not just everyday fears, but the ones tied to abandonment, failure, or rejection. She starts sharing the real reasons behind her emotional patterns. You'll hear her say things like, "I've never really told anyone this before," or "This is hard for me to talk about." These aren't rehearsed confessions. They're acts of raw honesty. And when she does this, she's not seeking attention or pity. She's allowing you into her emotional world, exposing her softest parts in the hope that you won't hurt them. Vulnerability is her way of showing trust, and women don't become emotionally transparent unless they see you as someone safe, someone worthy of that sacred access. If she starts opening her emotional diary with you, not only are her feelings real, but they are deep, tender, and full of silent hope that you'll hold them gently. 5. She cares about the little things that matter to you. Love is rarely loud in the beginning. It whispers through details. When a woman develops strong feelings for you, she starts paying close attention to the little things that make up your life. She remembers the way you take your tea, the things you get passionate about, the small habits you have when you're tired or stressed. She'll recall conversations that even you might have forgotten and bring up something you said weeks ago because it stayed in her mind. You'll notice she begins doing things without being asked, sending you motivational texts on your exam day, buying your favourite snack, or sharing a song she thinks you'd love. It's not the size of the gesture that matters. It's the emotional effort behind it. These small acts aren't done to impress. They're done to connect. When she makes thoughtful choices based on who you are, it shows she's not just thinking about you. She's thinking with you in her heart. Her affection becomes practical, not just poetic. These aren't grand romantic declarations. They're quiet demonstrations of care that say, "I see you, I remember you, I care for you." And a woman doesn't offer that kind of personalised love unless she's emotionally invested. 6. She gets quietly jealous, even if she hides it. Even if she's confident, mature, and emotionally stable, when a woman starts developing real feelings for you, she begins to feel protective of the space you two share, especially when it comes to other girls. It's not about insecurity or possessiveness. It's about emotional attachment. You might notice a subtle change in her tone when you mention another girl's name, or a sudden shift in her energy when another woman gets too close to you. She might try to mask it with humour or pretend she doesn't care, but her heart will speak through small reactions, short answers, slight withdrawal, or increased attention-seeking behaviours. It's not because she doubts you, but because she's emotionally invested and fears being replaced without a word. Even without a relationship title, her emotions have formed a bond, and anything that threatens that bond, even slightly, touches a raw nerve. A woman who feels nothing won't react, but one who cares deeply will feel every emotional fluctuation in the space between you and others. Her jealousy isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's soft and silent. But if you're paying attention, you'll see it clearly. A sign that her feelings for you are no longer casual. 7. She begins to support your growth. Emotionally and mentally. Love isn't just about liking someone as they are. It's also about believing in who they could become. When a woman's feelings grow stronger, she starts investing emotionally in your evolution. You'll notice that she encourages you when you're doubting yourself, challenges you when you're slacking, and celebrates even your smallest wins like they're hers. She'll listen to your goals and remind you why you started when you feel like giving up. She'll ask about your plans not just out of interest, but because she wants to mentally walk beside you. And she's not afraid to correct you gently when you need it, because her love isn't blind, it's protective. If you say something out of frustration, she won't judge, she'll reflect. If you fail, she won't criticize, she'll uplift. You'll start to feel like she's not just a person in your life, but a partner in your progress. That kind of emotional investment doesn't come from someone who's casually interested. It only comes from someone who's begun to see your future and wants to be part of building it with you. 8. She expresses her feelings through her love language. Not every woman will confess her feelings directly, especially in the early stages. But love always finds a language. When her emotions grow deep, she'll begin showing affection in the way that feels most natural to her, her love language. For some women, that might be acts of service, helping you with tasks, organising something for you, or showing up when you need support. For others, it could be words of affirmation, texting you encouraging messages, complimenting your growth, or reminding you how valuable you are. Some may prefer physical closeness, sitting nearer, touching your arm during conversation, or fixing your collar without saying a word. Others express through gift giving. Not expensive things, but meaningful ones that show she's thinking of you. And some may crave quality time, simply wanting to be near you, even if there's nothing planned. Once you begin noticing this pattern, you'll realize she's not just acting kindly, she's loving you in her own emotional language. And when a woman starts expressing love, not through words, but through instinctive action, it's the most authentic sign that she's falling. Deeply, silently, and completely. 9. She feels safe enough to be her true self. When a woman is around someone she's just casually seeing, she'll often be cautious, measuring her words, keeping her posture perfect, and maintaining emotional boundaries. But when real feelings start to form, and especially when she feels safe with you, all those barriers begin to fall. She starts laughing more freely, talking without filters, and even showing her sillier, clumsier, or quieter sides. She no longer feels the need to impress you, because she trusts that your affection isn't conditional on perfection. You'll see her relax into your presence. She might share her weird habits, let you see her when she's not all dressed up, or open up about moments where she felt weak or insecure. This shift from image to authenticity is one of the most beautiful signs of emotional love. She's not just enjoying your company, she's trusting your space. And trust is the gateway to true emotional intimacy. When she stops trying to be what she thinks you want and starts showing who she really is, that's when you know she's not just catching feelings, she's surrendering to them. 10. She hints at a future that includes you. One of the clearest, yet most gentle signs that a woman is developing deep emotional feelings is when she begins to speak about the future, and you're quietly included in it. These hints are rarely obvious. She won't say, "Let's get married," but she might say, "We should travel together someday," or "You'd be great with kids," or "If I ever move, I'd want someone like you with me." These statements are emotionally loaded, not because she's making a demand, but because she's imagining you in her life's ongoing story. She's testing the waters of possibility. She's allowing herself to picture you, not just in her present, but in her next chapter. And that's not something a woman does unless her heart is already involved. These subtle dreams and future-minded comments show that she's beginning to build a mental and emotional connection that reaches beyond today. She's not trying to trap you. She's trying to see if this connection could become something lasting. And when a woman starts planting emotional seeds for the future, she's already halfway in love. Conclusion. a woman's love is quiet. Before it's spoken love, when it starts to bloom in a woman's heart, doesn't arrive loudly. It unfolds in layers, through attention, through silence, through subtle care, and through emotions she struggles to put into words. She may never say, "I'm falling for you," but her actions will echo it in 100 quiet ways. The way she listens, the way she remembers, the way she gives you parts of herself no one else sees. These are not casual acts. They are sacred expressions of a heart slowly giving itself to you. So, if you ever wonder whether she's developing feelings, don't just look for romantic words or big declarations. Look at how she treats your presence. Look at how she responds to your pain. Look at how she opens her world and gently invites you in. Because once a woman starts doing these things, she's not just liking you, she's loving you, deeply and sincerely, even if she hasn't said it yet. True love isn't always loud, but if you know how to listen, it's always present.